Yo, Skeptic here. Recently, Aether Studios has officially announced the release date for Rivals 2, and I wanted to upload my initial reactions to the trailer on the day of the reveal. However, as I was editing the pre-recorded video before this one, I saw so many mistakes within that recording. I kept on stumbling over my words, I made awkward transitions, I had a lot of weird cuts in there. It was just a poorly made video. But thankfully, with a help of a friend, I decided to redo the whole thing altogether, which is basically the video you're watching right now. So, what I'm going to do here in this video is I'm going to first show all of you my initial reactions to the trailer with my pre-recorded clip, and then I'll summarize my thoughts and opinions about the whole thing afterwards. So without further ado, let's run the clip. Aether Studios, okay. Off-brand games.
What is a rival?
Crag, okay.
Is it a powerful enemy? Someone who steals your thunder?
Okay. I like the little cinematic effect that they got going on.
Can it be a friend? Or one of many foes?
My boy Zetter. Okay.
Rono. Raster. Crag. Fleet. Maple. Clary. Loxodont. Orcade.
Force burn. Wow, look at his model. Look at him. Sorry that I paused the video, but wow, look at the boy. Look at him. Oh, that's the combust animation? Yep, the classic jab down tilt. Yep, the classic.
What is a rival? It's a chance.
Okay, I love the camera angles. Okay, this is not bad. Okay. October 23rd. There is the official release date right there. I was surprised about this whole announcement because I initially thought the game would either drop in November or December, since it would have a higher chance of becoming a more complete product, which is one of the main reasons as to why I have mixed feelings about this whole ordeal. On one hand, I think the trailer was well made. To me at least, it showed that Off-Brand was trying to appeal more to the casual audience, rather than fighting game and platform fighter players that are most likely already aware of the game's existence, and it shows. You see this idea being emphasized through the lore, the cinematography, the voice acting, and the pacing of the video itself. This trailer is more of a spectacle, rather than a simple gameplay showcase with the release date slapped at the end of it. My only gripe with this trailer is that some of the poses that they chose to freeze frame, at least in my opinion, some of them were a bit odd, and some of the segments lasted a little bit too long for some characters, but other than that, I thought the trailer was good, especially the narrator. I don't know who the voice actor is for the narrator, but keep using them. They are really fucking good. Aside from the trailer itself, I also want to talk about the sudden rebranding of Rivals 2. Now, I'm happy that they chose to rename the game from Rivals 2 to Rivals of Aether 2, but I felt like they should have done this ages ago. Now, I get it. They didn't foresee Marvel Rivals as a potential competitor because no one knew this game was going to come out, let alone becoming a huge success overall. But despite all of that, the name is just generic for a fighting game title, and it's not like having the name Rivals of Aether 2 would have hurt anyone, because most people would either say Rivals 2 or Roa 2 when you're referring to the game. It's kind of the same deal with Dota 2 or League of Legends. Like, you don't run up to someone and say, "Hey man, do you want to play some Defense of the Ancients 2? Or, "Hey dude, you want to hop on some League of Legends?" Okay, I mean, some people might say the whole name for League of Legends, but others would also just say, "Hey man, want to play some League?" And they'll still get the same idea. It sucks that it took them this long to make the name change, but on the bright side, at least they did it now. It's better late than never, right? On a side note, before I move on from this topic, I also really like the new logo. I didn't like the old one as much, it felt a bit bland, but the new one here has a lot more pizzazz. It's way more eye-catching, it's more colorful, it really grabs your attention, which makes this logo really good. So whoever made this logo, big ups to you, you did great, like it looks phenomenal. Now, let's talk about what's behind the announcement trailer. Basically, I'm going to read between the lines a little bit here. There are two major conclusions that I came up with as to why I think they made October the official release date. Number one is that this release date was planned a while ago, and there's absolutely nothing to be worried about. Or number two, to me, this is the most likely scenario, and I really hope this isn't the case. The development team started to run out of money, and they couldn't afford to delay the game's release any further. You hear this constantly within the Q&A sections of their dev ticket tournaments, that the team wants to add more casual modes and features such as ranked on launch, but they're unable to because the stretch goal wasn't met. And because they weren't met, the possibility of having these core fighting game modes on release is damn near impossible. Which is why I'm so anxious about the release date being so close, on top of the hasty rebranding, on top of this game being pretty much a hard sell to most people. So picture this. You see someone on the street, right? And you say, "Hey man, would you like to play this cool new game that's about to release? It has no tutorial, it has no story mode, it doesn't have ranked on launch, but hey, it has local versus and online matchmaking for $30. I don't think a lot of people would buy that game, right? Because the price to value ratio is not there. It is definitely cheaper than most AAA titles and other fighting games currently out, but to me, there just isn't enough pull for the casual audience to buy into Rivals 2, which is why I made my Rivals 2 concerns video in the first place, because marketing can play a huge role here in turning things around. If you market your game well enough, even if it has a lack of features, right, on launch, if you make people think the game is worth the buy, you can basically stall for time until your game becomes more feature complete. And it becomes a more complete product that people would want to buy into. So, how can you do all of this, you may ask? Well, Aether Studios has 2 influencers that they can currently use in their disposal. Can you guess who they are? That's right, it's Ludwig and Pirate Software. Ludwig is a huge content creator, and he has ran many events with multiple streamers and YouTubers. Do something like a Sagejam Slam, where you get a bunch of content creators that are not well versed in fighting games, and sit them down to play some rivals too. Having these types of events can draw in a lot of outside eyes that you wouldn't get otherwise, and the storylines that can be created and crafted from having these types of major events can be monumental for both the game's history and long-term growth. And despite all of my worries, even if I don't make Rivals 2 my main fighting game, I know that I'm going to enjoy the first couple of months with the game because I think the game is a lot of fun. I really love Zetterburn and Orcane, so I'm going to play them when the game is fully out, and that's pretty much all I wanted to say with this video. So if you made it this far into the video, I just want to say thank you for hearing me out. You might not agree with me, and you might not agree with anything that I've said within this video. But regardless, I appreciate you being here and sticking around. And with all of that being said, I hope everyone here has a great day, afternoon, evening, wherever you're at, and until next time. Bye!